You're listening to Sip and Grow the podcast, the show where we taste awesome, delicious wines while having unfiltered conversations about our passions, experiences, struggles, entrepreneurship, and life. My name is Nicole Di Pasquale, and I'm a wine enthusiast just trying to pursue her passions and dreams while taking you on the journey with me, one episode at a time. My ultimate goal is to not only bring you wine knowledge and value, but also inspire you to enjoy your process and journey in pursuing your passions and dreams. Because guess what? The person you become while enduring the process is more important. So sit back, grab a glass, and let's sip and grow together. Hello and welcome back to another episode on Sip and Grow the podcast with me, your host, Nicole Di Pasquale. And actually, this is not a podcast. We're doing Manhunt. No, I'm just kidding. Imagine if I was like, today is not a normal episode. Today we're going out and I just take you with me and we're going out to the vines at night in the dark and we're playing Manhunt. Have you guys ever played Manhunt? I grew up living on a golf course, so fun fact. My friends would come over and my brother's friends would come over and we would play Manhunt in the golf course at night. Was it the safest thing to do? Probably not, but like, was it fun? Absolutely. But anyways, I think it would be kind of creepy here just because there's a lot of like spiders and bugs and things within the vines that if I can't see it at night, I probably would freak out. And I deal with spiders on the daily. If I tell you the amount of black widows I have seen less than 5 feet my distance, you'd probably be disgusted. I sent a video to my mom the other day of a black widow at work and she was like, oh my God, like, do your coworkers not know that like you guys are working with spiders? And then I'm like, yeah, everyone's aware. Like, this is just a normal, typical day on the job. Because they like to like hide out in corners of the cellars. And at the end of the day, we just let them do their thing. But of course, like if they mess up if they come in contact with like something, we like just spray it down or kill it. It's not that big of a deal. But we are outside in a vineyard. So bugs are a thing. I mean, I feel like I'm working on my spider phobia living in a barn house. So, I think this is a growing moment for me that I definitely didn't ask for, but like was given to me just because. But it's fine. It's fine. Anyways, today we are going to, and mind you, I apologize that we're in the dark today. I decided to film later than usual today just because today I was having one of those days where everything was taking a lot longer to do than normal. And that's okay. Like, I was talking about it with my friend earlier. Like, it's okay if you need to give yourself a day to yourself. It's okay to not have a productive day. It's okay to have a day where you're like, you know what? Today I don't feel like doing anything. Because sometimes we exhaust ourselves from putting in so much work or time into certain things, or maybe you were just out socializing with a lot of people and like social battery is a thing. If you are drained from socially interacting with people, you need to re-energize yourself. And like re-energizing yourself looks different for everyone. So like for you, it might be that you need to just sleep all day and just stay in bed all day. For me, it might look like, working out or like doing things that bring me joy, which would be probably like going out to eat a nice meal, staying at home, watching movies, and just like chilling the entire day. So whatever it is that you need to recharge or re-energize yourself, just do it. And I promise you it's worth it, because then after you come back like 10 times stronger, to be more productive and more useful. There's a bug. This is the thing about filming at night. There's going to be more bugs, but it's fine. But like I was saying, like whatever you need to do to get back to your zone of being productive and on it, do that. listen to your body, listen to what you need, and just take that time. So like for me, today was really rough because you know, there was certain things that I wanted to finish that were taking longer for me to do than on a normal day. And I was like, what is going on? Like, what's happening? And I legit needed to take a nap because I feel like I've been so like on it that like I haven't stopped and rested. So I took a nap, I woke up, and then I was on it to like start doing stuff for these episodes and just making sure that everything was good to go, which I already knew what I wanted to talk about. I just was like refining the details. And before you know it, it was already like 7. And I was like, oh my God, let me do my makeup. Let me like get ready and set up outside to try to film before the sun goes down. And lo and behold, we're here filming, but it's nighttime and that's okay. And I'm sure, you know, I mean, if it bothers you, I apologize. But at the end of the day, it's just me showing up and delivering another episode for you guys. So at the end of the day, I'm still here and I'm doing it. And that's all that matters, right? Whether it's good or bad, it doesn't matter. I'm going to get better either way if I continuously keep on doing it. So today I actually brought out a Primitivo, but from California. So this is going to be interesting because I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and talk to my audience about what Primitivo is, like the grape. So actually, Primitivo in California is known as Zinfandel. So Primitivo and Zinfandel are the same. They're the same grape. It's just more commonly like known as Zinfandel here in the States, and in Italy it's known as Primitivo. So researching this, which I remember learning this back in my wine class, that another way to say Primitivo, or like if you're in the States and you want to get a Primitivo, you ask for a Zinfandel because it's the same grape. So when I researched it now, I learned something new as well. I did not know this, or if I was taught this, I don't remember. The grape is actually comes from, like the original grape of Primitivo comes from Croatia. And I'm sorry, I'm pointing a lot. I'm sorry, I apologize. And the grape is called it's something with a T. I wrote it down because it's kind of difficult to say. So we're gonna look at our notes, and we are going to pronounce it as close to correct as possible. So it's called Tribidrag. Tribidrag. I think I massacred the name. I apologize, but that is what the grape in Croatia is known as. So originally it was from there. Then that grape went to southern Italy, and the Italians basically created Primitivo. So it's the same DNA. It's just the same grape, just different country. And basically the reason why it's called Primitivo is because it ripens early. So Primitivo means like first, I guess. I gotta fact check that, but like, yeah, first grape to ripen and harvest. So like, it stands for early. So Primitivo stands for early ripening, and basically that's why they named it Primitivo, because it's one of the like first grapes to harvest over there. And then around like the 1800s, the Primitivo grape was brought to the United States, which is known as Zinfandel here. And around like it got like I think it was brought to, yeah, it was brought to the United States around like the gold rush era. And in 1888, about 1/3 of the vines in California were Zinfandel vines. So, like Zinfandel grapes growing on the vines. So I found that to be super interesting. It's been here for quite some time. And I just thought it was like a fun fact to fill you guys in on. So with that said, I have here another, it's a wine from Peterson, the Bradford Mountain Vineyard, and it's a 2019 vintage Primitivo from the Dry Creek Valley here in California. So one cool thing that I saw on their website, and what I enjoy about their specific website is that they have like a wine fact sheet or history, like wine notes, and they just go into depth about the different things about this particular wine. So anywhere from how long it was aged in oak barrels to the percent of like sugar that was present when they were fermenting the grapes, and they just have a bunch of like good information from describing the tasting notes to the history behind the wine. So if you guys want to check that out, I'll go ahead and link that in the show notes. So, and you can actually buy their wine through their website. I don't get anything from it if you go to that website and buy it. I'm putting it out there because I've had other wines from them before. They're really good, and I just found it interesting that they had so many like different descriptions on their website in regards to just this particular wine, and they have that for all their wines. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I know this one was aged 25 months in 50% new French oak barrels and 50% 3-year-old French oak barrels. So very interesting. But Primitivo is actually, I enjoy Primitivo. If done right, I think it's a really delicious wine. Is it my favorite? No, but I definitely can be in the mood for a Primitivo every now and then. So I'm trying to take out this bad boy now. And like I said, like their website has so much information. You can even, like they even tell you where these grapes were grown, what environment. And in regards to like the whole Primitivo Zinfandel situation, I think the major difference between like a Primitivo in Italy and a Zinfandel here, like they both have the same DNA. And this was scientifically proven. Like they both have the same DNA, so it's technically the same grape. I think the only thing that makes the difference in the wines, like a Primitivo from Italy and a Zinfandel or Primitivo from here, from California, would be like the soil, the climate, and the winemaking process that they put the wine through. So essentially, if you drink a Primitivo from Italy, it will taste a little different than a Zinfandel from here. But that's just because of the environment it was raised in, the soil it was raised in, and whoever the winemaker is, like how they handle the process for that specific or particular wine. Which is one thing that I love about wines in general, is like not all wines are made the same. And that's the beauty in it, because I mean, it's kind of like us humans, right? Like all of us are unique and particular to exactly who we are. Like we're created exactly how we're supposed to be created, and there's no replica of us. So I think that's pretty cool. Anyways, let's go ahead and taste this wine. I'm excited, as you can tell by my accents coming out. I don't know why I do this, but I do this all the time. Oof. So if I was reading, I think it was, if I remember correctly, it was bottled in 2021. So vintage 2019, bottled 2021, and now we're tasting it in 2023. So it should be a perfect amount of time for this wine to taste amazing. And I'm sure if I gave it another 2 to 3 years, this would like taste even better. So let's go ahead and get some aromas up in this air so I can smell it. It's a little bit, yeah, I think it's a little too cold, to be honest, but it's okay. We're gonna work with it. I just need it to open up a little more so that we can really dig deep into the olfactory analysis. Yeah. Okay. So immediately I got like a chocolatey, like a dark chocolate smell, right? It's heavy on the berries. particularly dark berries. I smell hints of vanilla, very peppery and spicy as well. So like almost like yeah, almost like red peppercorns. That's what I smell. Red peppercorns. Yeah. And there's something else too in there that I'm trying to. Maybe like a hint of cloves. Is it that? Yeah. I don't know. There's something else in there that I can't quite get spot on, but it's okay. I feel like that's me with every single wine I taste. And then when I'm in a room full of people who like do this more often, they like say things and I'm like, "Oh my god, yeah, that's right. I do smell that." But that's in my head, obviously, not out loud. And then after I'm like, "Wow, I really am a beginner at this, but it's okay. We're doing it more and more now so that we can get better and eventually become a sommelier, you know?" So let's go ahead and taste this wine. I'm ready. Ooh. Okay. Immediately heavy on the tannins. I get a hint of definitely oaky, but more on like the cedar plank side of things. It's very tannic because it's almost like it gets like stuck on my tongue. Like it stays on my tongue a lot longer than other wines and then goes down. I tend to like these type of wines because it has like a very like leathery, peppery taste to it, and it's very tannic. So this is heavy on the tannins. If you're someone that does not like tannins at all, this wine is not for you. Not for you. But this is, I would say this is typical for a Primitivo or Zinfandel. So for me, this is a well-structured Primitivo. Like, delicious. 10 out of 10. Yeah, I almost get that, like, and I get a hint of cherry too, but it's almost that, like that cedar plank taste that you get when you cook like something on a cedar plank. That's for sure present in there. But the tannins are really, really strong in here. I know a lot of people that would definitely hate this wine because they're not very big on tannins. But I really enjoy this. Like, I'm a huge Chianti Classico fan, and to me, they're different wines, but they have the same like tannic structure, in my opinion. So I really enjoy this wine. I would definitely pair this with like a hearty pasta, so like maybe a ragu or like a parpadelle with a ragu sauce, or like maybe even like a risotto, like a mushroom risotto with like lamb chops. Like the risotto is the side, obviously, and then the lamb chops are cooked separately. But yeah, I would definitely drink this with like a heavier meal. This is not for like a light meal, you know? I would rate it like for real, I would rate this out of 10. I would say I would give it an 8. I would give it an 8. It's not the best Primitivo I've had. I've had better, but it's really good. I think it's well balanced. For a Primitivo, I think it's a good option. And it is the price point is a little bit higher than normal. I mean, for here it's normal. It's $42, so it's not terrible, but it is on the pricier side of things. So if you're someone that doesn't like tannic wines at all, I don't recommend you have this wine because you probably won't like it. If you're more open to exploring wines and you do like tannins in your wine, this is definitely a good option. Overall, though, I I may be biased about this. I tend to like Primitivos from Italy more than from here. But to be fair, I haven't had many from here. So this is the first one I think that I have from here that I actually really enjoy. So I am open to having more Californian Primitivos and seeing where that takes me. Anyways, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I hope you learned something about manhunts and Primitivo. And I can't wait for the next one. Like I said, if you want to follow me on social media, I am on Instagram, TikTok. My episodes are on Apple, Spotify, YouTube. If you want to watch the actual video of each episode, that's where you can watch the videos. And I'm also on SoundCloud. For anyone who uses SoundCloud, I'm on there as well. But I really hope you enjoyed it. And if you want to check out the fun stuff that I have in my stand store, you can go ahead and check it out there. It's in the link in my bio and also in the show notes. But again, I'm going to link this wine in the show notes so that you guys can see the descriptions that they have online for this specific wine. And if you're more than welcome to buy it directly from their website. This is not sponsored. Peterson does not know me. So this is free advertisement for him, I guess. But it is really good. I would recommend it. And I'm excited to try more Primitivos from California in general. So anyways, cheers. I hope you have your wine tonight. Until the next one.